Hey, what's going on? I'm Cortney Scott Wright, and I'm here with CineQuickies. I don't know if it's just me, but I was waiting for this Chris Rock special on the Netflix, Selective Outrage, and I did say on the Netflix, because we want to know what Chris Rock thinks about the slappening. Well, first of all, let me put out this little tidbit. I think it was brilliant that he waited to talk about this slap until a week before the Oscars. What? Just to remind everybody, yeah, that happened. Don't forget about it. Here we are, a week before the Oscars, and Chris Rock comes out with his special. What did y'all think about it? Because let me tell you what I thought about it. I thought it was fantastic. Now, I will say this. I was a little bit bothered that we only got 10 minutes about the will. We all showed up for that, but Chris Rock in general, love him as a comedian. He's so funny. I will say that some of the things were just a little bit raunchy for me. I will say the stuff about his daughter, I really enjoyed. I loved hearing him talk about his parenting of 2 young daughters and how he helped them grow up. I'm not gonna give it away because my partner who's here working with me has not seen the special, so I'm not giving away all the tips and tidbits.
No spoilers!
No spoilers! Speaking of spoilers, let me give a note out to Deadline. Chris Rock has jabbed at Will Smith, but is saving his best punchlines for Saturday's Netflix special. Deadline, as I said on March 1st, decided to put this article out, preparing for the special. They wanted to give, hype it up, give some extra special tidbits just in case, except they gave full-blown jokes. I read this article because I was ready and excited and wanted to know what they were gonna say, and I kind of wish I hadn't done it. During an arena show held at Charleston, South Carolina in January on a bill with Dave Chappelle, he gave one of his longest takes. The thing people want to know, did it hurt? Hell yeah, it hurt. He played Muhammad Ali. I played Pookie in New Jack City. Even in animated movies, I'm a zebra. He's a fucking shark. Sorry about the F word. Anyway, I got hit so hard, I hear Summertime ringing in my ears. It would have been funny if I had heard it fresh. I mean, the Pookie from New Jack City, that would have been funny. I'm not gonna say that I was bothered that he recycled the same jokes. He was on tour, so I'm sure he had a whole set. I was just a little bit bothered by Deadline. So maybe, don't put out all the good jokes because I'd like to hear them fresh from the lips of the comedian. Here's the thing that interested me, or I found kind of funny, not funny. There was some outrage. There was some outrage saying that they thought that Chris Rock was punching down towards black women. So it feels like Chris Rock has a problem with black women. Jada, Megan, his ex-wife. I'm noticing a trend. Every routine, the jokes seem to be at black women's expense. I also hate that America loves for people to be cruel, just so long as no one gets hit. I will say, when he talked about his ex-wife, I don't think he said anything necessarily negative. I think that this woman was married to Chris Rock for several years. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff he could have said, but he was exceptionally tame, and I'm sure knowing that she was married to him, she probably knew he was gonna talk about these things. As far as Jada goes, I don't think that it was punching down. Here's my take on this whole thing. People have the right to take as much time as they want to about an experience that happens to them. Whether it's traumatic, whether it's something that they need to process, whatever it is, people get to take their time and then have whatever response they want to have. Except if it's a celebrity. They're supposed to either process it fast because we want to know exactly what you feel. We need to know it right now. The man was slapped on stage live on television during one of the biggest events in the world. I'm sorry. However much time that man needs to take, he gets to take it. It's not punching down. It's a lateral punch. Here's the concept. Punching down says to me that you think that the person that they're commenting on is somehow lower than them or unable to defend themselves. I don't necessarily think that is a punch down. I think that's just a punch. You get the right to respond to what something made you feel. Where's the problem? Whatever you don't want to watch, then don't watch it. I totally support mental health and you wanting to keep your space free of negativity. I do that too. There were certain things that Chris said that people had a problem with, offense to the fact that he brought up things that happened in Jada Pinkett and Will Smith's marriage, which, I wasn't there. I don't know. This is Chris's take on that situation. They did get on the red table. They did have a conversation and they did bring out their personal information. Selective outrage. You can be mad about certain things, but yet when somebody else is doing something else, you're not mad about that. People were upset that Chris Rock criticized Meghan Markle for telling Oprah Winfrey the royals had concerns about her son's skin color. That's not racism. I disagree on that front, but at the same time, were you surprised? I think that's the bigger question. Initially, after the special came out, there were a lot of negative reviews. There were a lot of like tweets, fans saying, you know, as I already mentioned, that he was punching down. And some of the reviews that came out, one is USA Today, Chris Rock becomes a sad old man yelling at clouds in live Netflix special. I will just take this little snippet. It is a sad, predictable trajectory for the comedian, certainly one of the all-time greats, who previously used his microphone to slice and dice the world around him. His observational comedy was deeply subversive and incisive. He could knock you over with his jokes because they were relatable and honest. But once you become part of the establishment, you can't really make jokes about it anymore. It was embarrassing to watch Rock complain about the kids with their wokeness and their social media and their feelings. I don't even know what embarrassment means to you. Now there are a lot of positive reviews and articles. Most of them coming out now within this last 22 hours have all been positive of the special. I enjoyed the special. Like I said, there were a few things that had me like, ooh. And as I talked to my mom, she was like, oh no. She was not ready for all the sexual innuendos, but you know, she's a mom. That was her take on it. I thought it was great. It really just comes down to opinion. I don't even necessarily know that it is wokeness. It's just opinion. That's all that it is. That's all I have to say, other than I will encourage you to watch this special for yourself, make your own opinion, and then let us know about it. So I'm Cortney Scott Wright, and this has been CineQuickies. I'll see you next time.